Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Richard Rosser. I'm CEO of B4 National. Welcome to the B4 Hub, a new member benefit. Thank you, Ed, for the rousing introduction. Hopefully we can live up to that throughout this 20-minute initial. It's our first B4 Hub webinar. So I'd like to now introduce you to Sophie, who's from our membership team. So good afternoon, Sophie. How are you?
Hiya, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Sophie, joining us from Cambridgeshire. Good to have you. And we've got Victoria joining us from Shropshire.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you, Vix?
Very well, thank you. Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you too. Brilliant. So if you could just whiz on to the next slide, please, Ed. So you've got myself there and Vix and Sophie. So today we're just going to run through. There will be plenty of opportunity for questions. And you can always put your questions in the comments, and we'll pick those up. We're just going to give you a quick overview of B4, why we've decided to launch the B4 Hub. We'll give you a B4 Hub demo. We'll talk to Vix about how it's benefiting our members, and we'll bring Sophie in to help you understand how to register. I'll then do a little bit of a section on how you can get your offer or something called B4 Spaces, which I'll explain later, onto the B4 Hub, and then we'll have opportunity for Q&A. But as I say, if you want to put your questions in the chat, please do. My email address will come up later. If you've got any direct questions about the B4 Hub or B4 more generally, please do get in touch with me. That email address is richard@b4-business.com, but we'll be putting that up later. So B4 Hub. For those of you who don't know anything about B4, and I'm going to assume most of you don't, although I know we've got a lot of members joining us today, we're essentially an events organisation where we bring members of the business community together. We're sector agnostic, so we've got businesses from all sorts of sectors, from hospitality to manufacturing to professional services, all across the board. And we hold a lot of events in Oxfordshire and Shropshire, from black tie dinners, as you can see there at Blenheim Palace, through to round tables about sustainability and business development, etc., through to CEO and leaders lunches, and also lots of experiential events, everything from wreath making to chocolate making to visiting vineyards, all sorts of different events that we hold, over about 80 a year. We're very big on thought leadership and sharing the expertise of our members with the rest of the community by visiting some of our members' premises. There you've got an image of our chairman, Frank Negrello, visiting Unipart for a CEO and leaders lunch with their CEO, Darren Lee. And then, as I said before, we have experiences. So there's a picture of me with a cow at Dalesford Organic near the Cotswolds. So lots of different experiences for our members. And that particular event was very much about understanding how Dalesford approach sustainability. So lots of different aspects to B4, but the B4 benefits program came about through our association with now B4 Platinum members, BoostWorks, who have kindly worked with us to bring you the B4 Hub, which is our very own app that you can download from the App Store. And now we're just going to show you a little bit more about the B4 Hub. But before that, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about BoostWorks. So unfortunately, Andy Caldecott, the CEO, couldn't be with us today. So I'm going to be Andy for a second. So BoostWorks are on a mission to help every person in every UK business truly thrive. They've got over 20 years of experience working with a range of organisations to boost their employees, members and contingent workers. They work with around 450 businesses with over 2 million participants in their scheme. So these are the guys behind B4 Hub. They've got all of the offers that we're going to show you or give you a taste of coming up. So it's very much their system. So it's not something that I've hatched overnight and will fall over anytime soon. It's a very robust system, and they've got some huge clients, and we're very privileged to have access to their platform and give it to our members. So thank you to BoostWorks. In addition to that, into all the offers, etc., that they provide, that they're at the top of their game. They share a lot of information, and if we can just whiz on to that salary slip report, Ed. This is a downloadable report. If you go back one, and it's that web link that we're going to share. We will send this link out to you. So they're very much top of their game. They share a lot of reports, etc. And this is something which so we'll send you the link, and you can register for this this white paper where you can get to grips with some of the stats that they've got about employee engagement. So if you keep scrolling down, there is a checkbox that you can fill in. As I say, we'll send that to you so you can get the benefit of their expertise. I mean, things like 97% of C-suite respondents would like improvements to be made to their reward and recognition scheme. 87% of HR professionals intend to update their reward and recognition program, and 91% of employees want to receive more personalized communications about rewards. That and much more really juicy, useful information is available from the report. As I say, we'll get that over to you after this webinar. So now on to the B4 Hub. And if you can go back onto the slides, please, Ed. So we've got, so that's a slide showing you the site. So we go into it now. If you go back to the other shared link, please, Ed, thank you. So it's been customized to a certain extent for B4. So you'll notice our logo top and right on the website. If you just scroll down that particular page, I'll come back to the recognition. That's very much a personal part for B4, but everything else is very much as a typical BoostWorks client would see, not in our branded colors, obviously, but this is very much our members have and their teams have access to all of these fantastic benefits that you can see on the screen. If you go to the About Us page at the top left, if Ed scrolls down, we've got our own sort of customized page where we're telling our members a little bit more. So if you are a B4 member and you only get access to this through having B4 membership, if you're introducing your teams to it and they've got no clue whatsoever what B4 is about, this just gives a bit more background about everything that we do and all the events that I was explaining about earlier, some of the ecosystems that we run, and a bit more information about all the different aspects of benefits that we offer to our members. But I suppose the beating heart of the BoostWorks platform is the discounts page. So Ed, if you can click onto the homepage of the discounts and scroll down, so you can get instant vouchers, you can get reloadable cards, paper vouchers, and one other that I didn't see there. But and then if you scroll down this page, you'll see some of the brands that Andy and his team are working with. So, recognizable names nationally. So this is why it's particularly, we've got Vic's in Shropshire, so her members and their teams can get instant access to the benefits that our members in Oxfordshire can get. And wherever you're joining us from today, again, you can get access to all of these benefits no matter where you are. You might not be able to come to a lot of our events, but you and your teams can certainly benefit at a time when a lot of us are looking at our costs and saving money wherever we possibly can. There's some excellent benefits that Andy and his team have put together. There's a wellbeing page on here, which again, Andy and his team have got some great wellbeing benefits that members can benefit from. So there's a chunk there for those on the platform can get their teeth into. And then specific and exclusive to B4 is the benefits section. So Ed, if you click on the benefits section and click on the Oxfordshire tab on the right hand side there, we can actually if you go onto the Oxfordshire one at the top there, Ed, to the right of that one, it just says Oxfordshire. Keep going right. Not working. There you go. Right, so you can see some offers of just to prove it is live. Offers that we've got from our local members. So you've got Blenheim Palace there, Frilford Heath Golf Club, and we'll be building up even more offers from our members over the course of the upcoming months. And I'll be explaining how, as members, you can get your offers onto this page. And if you wanted to, onto Andy's national discounts page, but that is a separate relationship direct with BoostWorks, as I'm sure you can understand. In addition to the benefits, we've also launched B4 Spaces. So if you click on B4 Spaces Oxfordshire, you'll see a number of the similar sort of brands that you've got there, but you've got benefits, there you go, from a growing network of venues that we are building up within the B4 community, which are offering access to meeting spaces, venues, etc., either for free or at a discount, and just building up a whole network of alternate meeting spaces for you and your teams to potentially use in conjunction with, for example, Gavin at the Holiday Inn has got a 20% offer off of refreshments that you can use in conjunction with their meeting spaces. So again, that's an area that will grow over the coming months. I touched on recognition, so if you can just click onto the recognition tab at the top there. This is where you can actually, a nice community benefit where you can actually say thank you to members in the B4 community. So if you just tap into the recipients at the top there, there you go to the left, and back onto the say thanks. There we go. And if you type in your name, Ed, Edward Michael, and click on your name in there, there you go. Just say thanks, Ed, for a great presentation. And then one of the 5, there we go, enabling whatever, and you can put an image if you want, just say thanks. And then if you click say thanks, and then if you go to the social wall, which is under recognition, there you go. So we thank, that was a test earlier where we said thanks to Ed. It's just a nice way for members of the community can recognize benefits that they've had from other members, and just starts to build that community spirit. Don't forget, this is a very new benefit and early days, but we can also put news about events and also members news on the website as well. So you can see Drew has had a bit of a glut on thanking lots of members for supporting her over the past few months. So that's the recognition page, and I think that's pretty much everything. So if we can maybe come over to you, Vix, and I know I said before it's a new benefit, and maybe not many of your members have logged in, but I know a number of ours have, and they're really getting great benefit. Useful for your members?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think obviously all of those opportunities, first ones I spot straight away, obviously Costa, Sainsbury's, John Lewis, you can't help but get value and benefit from that anywhere in the country. So obviously that helps us as well. And I think also for our members, the recognition aspect of it and learning more about what's going on with some of the guys in Oxford and the benefits that they're offering. I think for us, it's about even more so what our focus is, building those relationships. Going on here, you're not trawling through like you are on LinkedIn. You're going to get straight to the members, see what people are doing, see what people are offering. And also it'll incentivize some of our members here. Like you've got Blenheim Palace, maybe Western Park might like to put some benefits or offers on similarly. And it's just another way to connect with Oxfordshire members as well. And they can learn more about us here as well, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think surprisingly about especially the B4 spaces thing, there's a lot of spaces that we've got in locally that people just don't know about. Like Nicholson's Nurseries have got some fantastic huts at the back of the yurt there, which are free to use, and not everybody knows about them. And very tranquil setting for a meeting, or even just to personally get away from the office or home, have a different creative environment to work in. And we're bringing these to life through the network. People like Silverstone have joined as well, and I know Western have sent some information for us to add them. So it's a really good benefit for our members. As I said, keep saying it's early days, but we are hearing feedback from our spaces and our benefit providers that they are getting engagement with the members, which is fantastic. So brilliant, excellent. So. Registering for B4 Hub for members that we have already on board will be explained by Sophie Woods. So Sophie, if you'd like to join us, thank you, Vix.
Hiya.
And then you're going to talk us through how to actually register for the Hub.
Yep, it's super easy and super simple. It's 3 steps. So the first step would be to simply nominate your seat holders. So these are your active members with us. You get a different number of seats depending on your membership level. You would nominate them, that comes to me. I then process it on our side. And then shortly after that, you'll receive an invitation via BoostWorks that will have your username and your unique password, as well as a link to access the hub. You would then click on that, log in with those details. That brings you up to the desktop site, which is what Richard and Ed have just shown you. Then to generate your app code, which we need to log in via the app, you would just simply click more and then app, and then it generates your code, and then you're away. So all of your team would get their own individual login that they can have as theirs. then you're away.
Brilliant. And Sophie's always there for our members to support any queries that you might have. It's as Sophie said, it's a very simple process, and once you're up and running, it's you're away. So so thank you, Sophie, for explaining that. And then for any, as Victoria mentioned, if you've got offers that you would like to add to the B4 Hub, or you want to become a B4 space, if Ed, you can bring up the next screen, the next slide. Contact me for if you want to put up a benefit. So my email address is there, or become a B4 space, and I can talk you through how that works. And we always say just keep the offers very generic and uncomplicated and not time specific, because we've got to let these offers breathe and get people getting used to them and get the benefit of them. Apologies, I should have said about my voice. Was at a very exciting football match on Saturday, as I'm sure those of you in Oxfordshire will know about. So I'm a little bit husky today, so apologies. But if you've got an offer that you would like to appear on the discounts page, so Andy's national discounts page, that's very much a relationship and a conversation you have to build and have with Andy. So Andy's details are there, but if anybody out there would like to find out more, please either email me first and I can tell you a little bit more about it, or go direct to Andy, quote B4 Hub, say you've seen this webinar and you'd like to find out more about getting your offer onto the B4 Hub. So that's it from us, a bit of a whistle stop. Hope that's given you a good insight into the B4 Hub. Have we got any questions from anybody at all? No questions? No? If you've got anything you'd like to add or say, then just put it into the comments box and we'd be happy to help. Alternately, just drop me an email to richard@b4-business.com and I'd be happy to help. Vix, have you got anything you'd like to add, or Sophie?
I would just say that with the registration and nominating your seat holders, we run this on a monthly basis. So at the end of every month, that's when we process things. Just makes it a little bit easier on the admin on our end. So if you do want to join the hub, you've still got time for this month. So you can either email me at membership@b4-business.com to let me know who your seat holders are if you haven't already, or you might have been sent a form if you are a member, and then I will get that all done for you. And equally, if you've got any questions at all, just let me know.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Vix, you're on mute.
If any of the Shropshire people, members, have got any questions, again, just if you can't get it over to Sophie, get it over to me, and then I will find out the answer for you.
Excellent. Brilliant. Thank you, Vix. Thanks, Sophie. And thank you, Ed, for producing today's webinar and the videos which we entered with, and we will be leaving on. If you'd like to get in touch with Ed, I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. Again, contact Ed through me, and I'll be pleased to put you in contact. Come on, you yellows. Yes, thank you, Chris Jones. What happens at Arsenal? Oh dear. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Lovely to see you all. And over to you, Ed. Thanks very much.